Zay, if you watching, that's what I'll do to you every day, my nigga. If I ever see you, that's what I'm gonna do to you, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? But anyways, what's up, guys? I'm going over liquidity today, because it's the most important thing you guys need to learn when learning trading. Liquidity. I'm sure you guys hear it all the time on these dumbass, corny ass trading niggas post on TikTok. Oh, liquidity. There's liquidity sweep this, liquidity sweep that. Yeah, but let's explain to you guys what liquidity is. Liquidity is resting orders. Liquidity is circulating money. The basic definition of liquidity is a asset that can be easily converted into cash. So an example of liquidity is cash, stocks, something that can be switched into cash quickly. And then a illiquid asset would be house, car. Yeah, you get the idea. Something that cannot be switched into cash quickly, right? So when you're in the market, you want to look for areas of liquidity, areas that are there's a lot of money at, right? And at these areas, there's resting orders. There's orders that are waiting to get filled. There's orders that are already filled. There's just a bunch of money circulating in these areas, right? And these areas are important because what moves the market? Market movers, right? Market movers move the market because they have the most chicken, they have the most cheese, the most bread, because they're buying millions of contracts, right? If you're buying a million contracts, there needs to be someone selling a million contracts. If you're selling a million contracts, there needs to be someone buying a million contracts. They're not going to just buy at random areas because there's not a bunch of people, there's not a lot of money circulating at random areas, right? Like if JP Morgan wants to buy 3 million contracts at 21,000, but there's only a million people selling a million contracts at 21,000, 2 million of their orders are not going to get filled and they won't make any money. So they need these areas in order to make money. They need to target these areas because they need their orders to get filled in order to capitalize on the most money to be made, right? And these areas are highs and lows because retail traders like myself, like any other trader that you see posting on fucking TikTok every day, these highs and lows are important areas because we all have resting orders above these areas. We all have resting areas below these areas. If it's a low, resting areas below resting orders. Sorry, there's a fucking ugly ass dog over there, but damn, hopefully they didn't hear me. Niggas taking a shit. So let's get right into examples of what liquidity is when you're looking at a chart, right? Like I said, highs and lows. I have this marked out because I tried to shoot this video one time before, but I got distracted. So we have this low right here, right? This low. So this low is a liquid area because there's most likely a lot of money circulating at this area because there's stop losses, like I explained in videos before. If you guys don't remember what a stop loss is, go back and look at my video. There's stop losses there. There's limit orders there. There's all types of orders there. There's a lot of money there, so it has to get targeted for the big banks to have their orders be filled. So it's a liquid area. It's an area of liquidity. And so you could see it was swept, meaning that the orders got filled, that JP Morgan, that Goldman Sachs entered the market at this area. There are 1 million buy contracts got filled at this area. So now, since they got filled here, that's 1 million fucking contracts being bought. So what is the market gonna do? It's gonna fucking go up, right? And since it's going up, you guys could see this. Boom. They just made a shit ton of money because you dicks just got your fucking stop losses all hit. Millions of you guys got their stop losses hit. I don't get my shit hit, but a million of these niggas got their stop losses hit. So that just means now the market's gonna go up. Okay, boom. Now there's not now there's not much liquidity to target to this side because it already swept all this. So now, to keep it basic, now we want to look for areas of liquidity to the downside because we just swept, for example, this liquidity on the upside, right? So now we have liquidity to the downside. Liquidity to the downside are usually areas where liquidity was swept, right? So now this is a significant low that wants to get targeted, right? So boom, let's say I'm trading on Thursday, December 26, 2024. I know that eventually this is a significant low, so I know the market makers want to get to this level, right? I know they want to be able to reach this level to get their sell orders filled, because it's an area of money. It's an area of fucking money, bro. So all you have to think about is an area of money. It's an area of people losing money. It's an area of people making money, because their orders are getting filled, orders are getting stopped, all the other type of shit, right? So I know, since this is my target, I want to enter in line with what my target is going to be. So I want to look for sells here. I want to look for sells that are targeting this area, because as you could see, once we took out this high, we eventually came down and swept this low, right? Because it was just a clear draw on liquidity, because the market makers wanted it to come down here because they, let's say another example, Goldman Sachs, they want to sell 1 million contracts right here, right? They sold 1 million contracts right here at this high. At this high right here. Now they want to, since they sold 1 million contracts, where would they target? Another low where a lot of people's buy stops will be, right? And so since there are probably a cajillion buy stops down here, or stop orders, there's a lot of money down here, they want to get out the market down here, right? So let's say they sold 1 million contracts, so that means there has to be at least 1 million people buying their contracts at this area, because it's an area of liquidity. Highs and lows are the most important thing within the market. Highs and lows, areas of money, because all this shit is about is money. People making money, people getting their contracts filled, people buying. It's just a marketplace. That's all it is. It's a futures marketplace, right? Because if someone's buying, someone has to be selling. If someone's selling, someone has to be buying. This shit is not based on support and resistance. This shit is not based on supply and demand. Well, technically supply and demand, but not how people talk about it online. But because, like, when you hear about fucking support and resistance, right? For example, the market is not moving based on a fucking area of support, a fucking area of resistance. It's too subjective. If you truly think about it logically, why would... Come on, my nigga. Alright. I'm fucking playing loud as shit. But why would Price want to, or why would, let's say fucking John at Goldman Sachs, he's not gonna be like, oh, Price is bouncing off of this, so I'm gonna risk $1 million of our capital because Price is bouncing off of this area. Like, come on, bro. They know they have to get their contracts filled. They're thinking, okay, we want to buy 1 million shares of NASDAQ, but someone has to be selling us 1 million shares of NASDAQ. So they're looking for areas of liquidity, not because Timmy from fucking Bergen County drew a box here and there's a support area here. No, that's not how this shit works. That's how you get your shit cooked. That's how you get your shit mandangled, nigga. Do not follow support and resistance. That is some bullshit. Think logically. Think that this shit is more complex than if I draw a trend line, if it's bouncing off the trend line, if it's bouncing off of my moving average. If you guys know what that is, if you guys have seen that, it's not based off that. It's based off liquidity concepts. Okay? think of liquidity when you're looking at the market. Think of highs and lows, because those are areas of money. Those are areas where money is circulating, because all this is about is money and getting your orders filled, right? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got in terms of liquidity so far for you guys. Just look at, I want you guys to go on your chart and just look at highs and lows and see how it reacted off those highs and lows. Because once you get an eye for this, it's just muscle memory. You every day you're looking at the charts, you see a high get swept. Okay, now I'm looking for my entry model. I'm entering. It's just patterns. It's just looking and seeing. Okay, and realizing that the market is moving based off of liquidity, right? We see, like I already said, that we see this low get swept. Boom, market moved. Okay, now we want to see a move to the downside, right? Okay, boom, to kind of scroll in a little bit. This is something that a lot of you guys wouldn't notice, but we see this low get swept. I mean, this high gets swept. Okay, now boom, we go down here. Now market starts moving down, right? Before this low, even though this is the ultimate draw, we see this low, we see this high get swept, right? As soon as it, like a perfect example, as soon as this high gets swept, boom, we're targeting this low. It's the proof is in the pudding. You see it every day based off liquidity. Do not fall into the bullshit trap of the market is moving based off of a support line, a resistance line. Don't fall for that shit. It's liquidity. Go on your charts, find areas of liquidity, mark them out, and just get your eye used to finding areas of liquidity, because that will be the most important thing in your trading journey. I hope y'all niggas just heard that shit, but anyways, my nigga. Yeah, liquidity. Lock in. Hopefully you guys actually go and look at the chart and realize that it's based off liquidity. And yeah, catch y'all later. Catch y'all another day. That's it for liquidity part 1. I'm not sure if there's gonna be part 2. If I think of something else, I'll make a part 2. Now I think the next video will be Zay, or I'm not sure, but suck balls. See y'all later.